Hello everyone, my name is Boulevard here for GiantSlayerTV to bring you the top 3 decks of Fight Night Legends. In this series, we will follow along with Fight Night Legends every single week and take a look at top performing decks, popular decks, and decks to keep an eye on. Before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay up to date on all the latest content, and if you're interested in participating in a future Fight Night Legends, you can find an application to do so at giantslayerTV/LOR. There you'll fill out a form with some basic information like your name, country of residence, and some information about your previous accomplishments in Legends of Runeterra. While we're always looking to highlight new talent, this is still a competitive tournament. To break down exactly what it is, Fight Night Legends is an 8-person invitational tournament taking place on Thursday, Friday, and Monday for Brazil, Europe, and the Americas respectively. The event runs in the standard Riot Lock format, meaning each player needs to bring 3 decks with no overlapping champions or region combinations. Then, you will ban one of your opponent's decks and play a best of 3 in which you must win with your 2 unbanned decks. The event is double elimination, with the top 2 players being invited back next week for a chance to prove themselves once again. Checking in with our first fight night, we head over to Brazil, where Ian Nogueira picked up his second win in a row over FNX Chimera. Ian came in with a fresh suite of decks this week using Tri-Beam Control, Piltover and Zon Yordles and Arms, and a new one in Viktor Vi Stance Swap. Chimera took second place for the second week with Scouts, Sentinel Control, and Feel the Rush. Now across the pond in Europe, Broken Ball made a strong return by picking up a win with Yordles and Arms, Piltover and Zon, Viktor Vi Atrocity, and Echo Zillion. And Talpinator was our last finalist of the week, rounding things out with Yordles and Arms, Piltover and Zon, Viktor Ziggs Burn, and Bandle Pirates. And this week, the Americas was on holiday, so it's time to dive right into our top 3 decks. Our number 3 deck this week is Sentinel Control, which took second and third place at Brazil's Fight Night. This Shadow Isle and Piltover and Zon control deck utilizes a 2-2-2 split on Elise, Jace, and Vi, and revolves around using cheap removal in conjunction with Burgeoning Sentinel and Buru Sentinel to either fight for the board in the early game or rush down your opponent and then either finish them off with the burn that you have that you can utilize as removal or a powerful Ladros Atrocity combo. For those of you that have been away for the game for a while, this is sort of the latest iteration of the Karina control archetype that once was, utilizing more units than previously so that you can fight for the board in a different way, but also have a more aggressive strategy than just using Elise. Our number 2 spot this week goes to the Ruben Pile, the Piltover and Zon Targon Toolbox deck playing some combination of Viktor, Vi, Aphelios, and or Zoe. This customizable deck took 4th in Europe and 3rd and 4th in Brazil this week, which is about what we would expect from it in its final days. With Shurima coming and going, this deck has remained constant throughout the patch and has maintained a solid presence within the top 4 of Fight Night, week in and week out. And with this being the last night of patch 3.4, it's nice to see the deck continue to have its hallmark mixed success from the very first day until here at the end, helping to prove that Shurima isn't the only region that can take all 3 top spots. And that's because the last number 1 deck of patch 3.4 is another Piltover and Zon deck, Yordles and Arms, Piltover and Zon. This deck has had an iron grip on the Fight Night meta since day 1 of patch 3.4. It makes sense that it would continue that to here at the end, where it took a 1st and 2nd place finish in Europe, as well as a 1st and 4th place finish in Brazil. Now, the deck did take a hit in patch 3.6, Yordles and Arms going from +4/+4 down to +3/+3, but there are plenty of other tools in this deck, such as Poro Cannon, Yordle Captain, and of course the Flame Chomper's Lulu interaction. So, only time will tell if this will be enough to knock this deck off the top. Only time will tell. But of course that time will have to come later, as Fight Night Legends EU and AM will be taking a brief hiatus until May 9th, and by extension, this series. Now, myself and GiantSlayerLor will still be pumping out the content. The Curious Journey seasonal is approaching, and we've got some cool stuff in the woodworks I can't wait to share with you guys. So go ahead and like this video, comment, subscribe, ring the little bell icon, get notified, and if you don't know what to comment, how about you tell me what deck you think is going to be the breadwinner of patch 3.6, and maybe, if you get it right, you can sign up for Fight Night Legends and come prove it, and then you get to hear your name in this video when we return May 9th. Thank you everybody so much for watching. My name is Boulevard for GiantSlayerTV, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.